Good morning class, welcome back to our online class today. So it's me again, teacher Vankongkea, right? As you know already, for the first session we are going to study our book is Hangout 2. So before we continue our lesson today, teacher want you to repeat the day, the date and the month and the year with teacher first before we continue our lesson for today. So right now, let's repeat after teacher all together. So today is Wednesday, July 29, 2020. As I told you at the moment that for the first session we are going to study our book is Hangout 2. So right now teacher want you to put our book on your table and don't forget your notebook and your pen, right? Okay, so today teacher want you to continue our lesson also that we talk about unit 9. Our field trip. So teacher want you to open your book on page 103 that we focus on conversation, right? Okay, that we use was or were to make the question. So before we practice our conversation, teacher want you to know and to clear more about how to use was and were. So right now let's look at the whiteboard and listen to teacher all together. Okay, so today our unit 9 that we talk about our field trip on page 103. We have grammar also that we talk about was and were. As you know already, was we use with singular and were we use with plural, right? Okay, so this one is the way that you need to use was and were to make the question to ask in our page 103. But right now teacher want you to know about the form of using was and were. So we have 4 forms for today. One is positive, negative, question and WH question, right? So right now you not yet know how to use it. So now let's look at the whiteboard. Teacher will explain you more how to use was and were. Okay, so was we use with singular that we have he, she, it or I, right? Remember that one. And were we use just only 3 subject only that we call it plural, that we have we, you and they. So when you use was and were in the positive sentence, you need to put subject first. After that you need to put was or were. Okay, so now let's look at this example. I was happy, right? Because was this one, I need to use with I is singular, right? Okay, I is a singular, that's why I need to use with was. I was happy. So this one, this sentence is positive sentence. The next one, he was hungry. He was hungry. They were excited. They were happy. So as you know already, was and were, it focus on to be past tense, right? That we talk about the one that you do it already. That's why we call it past tense. Past tense is the same past simple, right? Okay, that we use was or were, that we change it from to be, right? That we didn't use with am is are, but we use with was and were. So now let's move to negative sentence. So negative sentence, was, you need to change it to wasn't, right? Or was not. So now let's look at this one. I wasn't sad. She wasn't a teacher. They weren't happy. So in negative form, you can write in 2 ways. That we call it short form and another one we call it full form. Okay, so now let's look at this one. Wasn't, you can write like this also, was not. Okay, it's correct, 2 of that one. And weren't, you can write in were not also. So now let's move to question sentence. So question sentence, this one is focused on yes and no, right? Okay, so now let me read this one for you. Was she read? So the answer you need to say it yes she was. You cannot put it yes she were. Were we use with we, you, they. So with if we use with she, you need to use with was, right? Okay, so now let's move to another one. Were they happy? No, they weren't. Okay, so this one you can use with yes, she was. If she say it negative one, you can say it no, she wasn't. And this one also, they no, they weren't. If they say it yes, you need to change it to yes, they were. So now let's move to WA question. You can use was or were to make the WA question also. As you know, the WA question we have a lot, right? We have what, when, which, why, where. So we need to use that one to put first. After that, you need to use was or were, the next one, and after that is the subject. So now let's look at this one. Why was he angry? So the answer, we can say it, he was late, right? Okay, so now let's move to another one. Where were you yesterday? Okay, so when you use with you this one, you need to use with where were you yesterday? Okay, so I hope that you understand how to make the question form of was and were and WA question form of was and were. So now let's move to our page 103 that you need to use was and were to make the question. So now let's open with teacher all together. Okay, so here is our page 103 that you can see here is exercise C. Listen, then look at the picture, ask and answer. So here we have the question and here is the answer, right? Example, was the lake deep? So you can look at this one, number 6. So example, this one is the lake, okay? Was the lake deep? So the lake is deep or not? No, right? So we can say it no, it wasn't. But if this one is deep, you can say it yes, it was. And move to another one. Were the 3 old? See, focus on picture number 1 in here. So you can look at this one. So the 3 is old or not? Yes, it's old, right? Because it don't have leaf already, right? Okay, so we can say it no, they weren't, or yes, they were. So before you ask the question that related with our picture number 1 until picture number 6, you need to listen the audio track that teacher will provide you. After that, you need to write the question of this picture that from number 1 until number 6 into your notebook, and you need to use that one to ask your partner. If you don't have partner, you can ask your brother or your sister to answer this picture that you ask the question to your brother already or your sister, right? Okay, that we have yes or no question.
C. Listen. Then look at the pictures. Ask and answer.
Was the lake deep?
Yes, it was. No, it wasn't.
Were the trees old?
Yes, they were. No, they weren't.
Okay, so I hope that you understand about this one. And this one is our exercise also. So when you finish, please take a photo of your notebook and send it to teacher by personal telegram. So today I hope that you learn a lot and you understand how to use was and were to make the question that you need to use that one to ask your partner. So now it's time. See you again in second session. Goodbye everyone.